In early August 1857, at a seaside inn in Morris Cove, Connecticut, Olmsted had a chance encounter that changed the course of his life. During afternoon tea, he struck up a conversation with Charles Eliot. Eliot was part of that tight nexus of interrelationships. He was a friend of Brace's, and he had once studied gardening under Andrew Jackson Downing. Eliot was also a board member on a project to create a large green space named, prosaically, for its location in Manhattan, Central Park. He told Olmsted that the board was looking to hire a superintendent. Olmsted's interest was piqued. Never mind that the super's job, as Eliot detailed it, sounded pretty rough-hewn, overseeing teams of laborers, clearing brush and smashing stones. The economy was in shambles, and Olmsted was in trouble. He had holed up at the Connecticut Inn to finish a Journey in the Backcountry, the final book in his Southern trilogy. The first two books, while critically acclaimed, had been financial failures, and he had no reason to think the latest installment would be any different. His prospects looked bleak. Eliot encouraged Olmsted to apply for the job. Olmsted took the opportunity very seriously. That very evening, he boarded a steamer and returned to New York. To establish his credentials as a gentleman in good standing, Olmsted submitted a letter signed by his acquaintances, many from the literary world. It was written by James Alexander Hamilton, lawyer, politician, backer of Olmsted's abolitionist activities, and a son of America's first Treasury Secretary. Among the signees was Washington Irving, at 74, the eminence grise of New York letters. Olmsted had met Irving at a dinner at the New York Press Club in 1855. Olmsted also circulated his own petition to such luminaries as George Putnam, banker Morris Jessup, and writer Bayard Taylor. Olmsted submitted his formal application to the Central Park Board. He enclosed Hamilton's letter and his own petition, nearly 200 signatures strong. An act of supreme overkill. He included a covering note that highlighted his experience managing teams of laborers, though, truth be told, he'd never overseen more than 8 men on his Staten Island farm. But Olmsted needed the job. Besides his ever-growing tab with his father and his share in the failed publishing venture, he owed $75 for 3 months' lodging and $60 total to a pair of friends. His shoes were worn out, he didn't have a proper hat, and he was low on coal. "What else can I do for a living?" he lamented. On September 11, 1857, the Central Park Commission met in an office at 53 Liberty Street to consider Olmsted's application. While they deliberated, Olmsted, a nervous wreck, waited in the office of a friend who happened to practice law in the same building. The board seemed to take an unusually long time. To pass the time, he wrote a letter to John, who had made his way from Cuba to St. Thomas to Europe, still in search of that ideal climate. When Olmsted finally got the verdict, he added a postscript. P.S. After a very long session and much debate, I am elected. On the final vote, 8 of those present voting for me, 1 against me. The strongest objection to me, that I am a literary man, not active.
To keep listening to this audiobook for free, click the link in the description. It will take you to a free Audible trial where you can listen to this and many other books for free for 30 days.